Hi, it's Tanis, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own comic book. Today, I'm going to walk you through a basic process for making your own comic books. Now, this basic process can be used to make super long ones or super small ones, whatever you want. Today, I'm going to be making a small one, but it'll be the exact same no matter what size you make. The first step is going to be brainstorm. Now, a brainstorm is just going to be a series of words or doodles or pictures or whatever it takes to get you into kind of an artistic frame of mind. Next up, we're going to have an outline or a skeleton of our comic book. Now, this is going to be kind of like what our comic book is going to look like at the end, but it's going to be really rough. There's not going to be all that detail or color or anything like that. It's just to give us a one step farther, one step closer to making our final copy. And finally, we're going to have our final art. That's going to have all of our pictures as detailed as we want. It's going to have all the ink or crayons or colors or whatever it is that we're using to make it as perfect as we want it. Let's get started with the brainstorm. So, as I said, a brainstorm is just a series of words or doodles or whatever it takes to get you into an artistic frame of mind. These are things that might make their way into your comic book, they might not. It's just interesting ideas. For example, I would like my comic to be about a superhero. So that's going to be the first word I'm going to write down. Then I'm going to write down other things such as a big city. He is probably in a big city like New York or something like that. This looks like a pretty good brainstorm list for right now. That's going to be about a superhero. It's going to be in a big city. There's going to be a big old bang somewhere. He's going to suit up, and I think he's going to end up being a young man. So, we are now on to the outline. Before we begin with our outline, we have to decide what we want our pages to look like. Pages in comic books are generally made up of panels. Panels are just little blocks of area that are each going to have their own different types of art or words involved. So you can have something super easy and basic like 4 panels just like this, or you can have something maybe a little bit more interesting with 5 panels in all different sizes. But for this one, I think we're going to stick with 4 panels. Now, the first thing that I want to do is establish the place. So this first panel, I think, is going to be of the city. It's not going to be super detailed since this is the outline. It's just going to have a bunch of big buildings. Right here, I'm thinking about having the superhero, but he's not suited up. He's just his regular, everyday human form. Right here, I imagine he's going to be suiting up to go and do something. And finally, here, he's going to be out doing whatever superheroing he has for the day. There you have it, our outline. As you can see, I didn't put a whole lot of detail in it. The buildings are just rectangles. I have stick figures. I didn't put any detail into his costume or anything like that. This is just an idea for what we're going to look at in our final. Now we're going to begin with our final product. This is going to start off with a sketch. Now the sketch is going to look kind of like our little outline, but we're going to have a little bit more detail. We're going to be doing it in pencil this time to make sure that we can erase anything that comes up wrong, but it's going to look remarkably like our outline. Now I've kind of completed the final art that I'm gonna have. Next up is gonna be filling in the color, and then finally filling in the thought bubble and putting in a nice big old bang right there. There you have it, my very own finished comic. So that was my process for creating a comic book, by going through the brainstorm process, the outline, until I get all the way to my final finished product. You can experiment and find your own way through that might work best for you. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.